have a future. Do you know, back in the desert? Yeah, because I used to have a desert. And then people decided that they're going to take it away from me. Like, whatever. I live in an Arkham asylum. I live in a mental institution as the only sober patient here. I feel overrun. I'm like a nurse that keeps on injecting people with sleeping drugs so they don't come all up in my grill and pounce on me with their scratchy fingernails. But every so often they get to me anyway, because I mean, I'm just one little nurse. I live at Arkham Asylum. That's just my duty every single day. I'm amidst very crazy people. But listen, back in the day when I used to have a life, not so much as an Arkham Asylum nurse, not so much as a mental asylum nurse, but just a thriving South African citizen, I had hopes and ambitions. And amidst my hopes and ambitions was to become a human rights lawyer. Didn't quite get around to finishing that because I had to drop out of university because my mom was not paying my fees, so I couldn't do an LLB. But I was going to defend people's human rights at some point. I was confused actually between multiple disciplines, but human rights law was among them because I always knew that I wanted to stand for people's, I don't know, human rights. Well, that went right over my head because I ended up studying some other little trajectory. So a young woman that had that desire, that passion, how much more now today in 2025, now that I'm enduring human rights violations at a monumental scale? How much more now do I have that fever within my bones to be a human rights lawyer? Listen, I did not quite get around to graduating with an LLB. Neither did I get around to graduating with any degree at all, because mentally ill South Africans that have no regard for people's constitutional rights, the thing I wanted to defend, are running the country, and they've put everybody in a headlock and they can't breathe. And I happen to be among them because they took me out of education, instruction and life at all. And now the nation is being run by a bunch of crazy bumpoons that are happy that entire graduates should be out here navigating vehicles out of parking bays. That's your country? But like, I'm gonna make a living one day from the very thing I've always wanted to make a living from. It's just that I didn't get around to getting a degree for it. I am going to one day be exceptionally wealthy for essentially uprooting crazy cancers out of countries, starting with the one that I used to belong to. The one I used to live in, otherwise known as South Africa, where it is that in the interest of punting African spirituality, blacks in this nation are thoroughly willing to go and frazzle everybody's peace just so we can get rid of the colonizer and allow everybody to be allies like a big fat chunky barbaric feverish Satan worshipper.